I saw Dark Phoenix this weekend.
Like drives over him and he's fucking like sitting there freaking
No.
out.
I'm not saying
That shit was funny, man.
In light of what
Did you watch every episode of that?
Yeah.
Dude, how much fucking time do you got? This motherfucker.
Is that Eddie Money?
Yeah.
You actually got to watch
Fucking,
that.
that's a fucking 80s icon.
Stick around, cause I am coming back. And I know someday I'm gonna make it big.
Talk about shit we talk about anyway. Just sit here.
Seriously.
That's the plan. That's the dream. But anyway. All right, let's get to the show. But
that opens up the doors to so much.
But that's got to be a Fantastic Four, though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It has to start. That's what I mean. Maybe you start Fantastic Four with Silver Surfer. You don't need the second one. They can just jump right over Doctor Doom. You can do Doctor Doom as the second installment.
Or you could introduce Silver Surfer in Guardians.
You could.
You know? But Guardians probably wrap up with this last one. Hopefully they'll do
With
Adam Warlock.
It has to be Adam Warlock.
No,
And I wonder, speaking of Guardians
have to
3,
do Adam.
you wonder if Thor's going to still be in there a little bit.
They did have a comic book run. We mentioned this before. It was the Asgardians.
Yeah.
And it had,
that's why they made that joke.
So fucking
little fucking homage.
Like that. Like it. Dude, I am taking on some old school Nick. I'm just getting all kinds of watching time in, man.
Oh, fuck yeah. First it was me. Then it was Jamie for a couple months.
Yeah.
Sitting in his van doing Netflix all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And now it's you. It's like every time the movie comes out, John's like, saw it.
I've been watching old episodes of The Office.
Have you?
Dude, that show.
It's legit, man.
That show, the writing in that is probably some of the best.
Oh, yeah.
Probably some of the best. Like, it's up there.
It's up there.
The character, well, first of all, the character, Michael's character is just, I mean, you can't describe it any better. Everybody's had a boss. Maybe not that.
There's nuances of somebody you know.
Yeah, of a boss that you've had that you're just like, God, that makes so much fucking sense.
Dude.
Well, the other thing, too, is like I went down a rabbit hole only on YouTube, and I caught an Office, all of Dwight's pranks in a row that Jim played on Dwight.
Oh, I saw that. I didn't click on it, though.
So good, man.
Did anybody you guys ever watch the show that it's based off of?
Yeah.
I never watched it. Was it?
It's good. It's really good. It's just, know what it is? It's like, and I know this is kind of cliche, but British humor. Yeah. But the Ricky Gervais, they play that uncomfortableness. Like, he's really kind of a sad guy because all he wants to do is be cool and liked and all that, just like Michael from the American version. But
that's what she said.
They let it sit there for a little bit, you know?
Like after every time he says, that's what she said.
Yeah. But even more so in the British version, because and then the awkwardness kind of creeps in on you.
It's always like a British comedies like that. They kind of like, you're right, they just let it hang there, and you're just like, oh, it's funny.
I think I might rewatch the whole thing.
Are you?
I think I'm going to.
Dude, one of the pranks that Jim played on Dwight was when they got a friend of theirs, an Asian friend who was an actor, to come in and pretend he was Jim. And Dwight's like, who are you? He's like, Dwight, I'm Jim. I've been working here for 12 years. And he's like,
I didn't remember this episode.
Dude, and they go on and on. He's like, how are you, Jim? And he holds up a family photo that's on his desk, and it's got Jim's family and this dude in the picture. And they play it out, and he's like, what the hell's going on?
I love it, dude. I'm going to watch that episode now.
They put his stapler in Jell-O.
Yeah, the whole fucking show, dude. Like,
what's his face?
The Christmas party was great. He's like, me buying an iPod is like saying I love you $400 worth. And then he's like, Phyllis got him like an oven mitt. He's like, really, Phyllis? Really? And then he storms out like a 2-year-old.
Yeah, it's great. He's a beet farmer.
Yeah.
Dwight. Shit. So E3 came out.
It did.
Yeah, it's still out. It's still going on.
Couple Keanu Reeves thing. I saw that. That was pretty cool.
That looked dope, man.
I'm not a video gamer, and that looked cool as shit.
Dude, I could have watched just the trailer as a full-length feature film.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see it.
I thought you were the one who shared it.
I did.
You shared it. And then the Star Wars thing was badass.
Yeah, I seen that.
I just like the one thing I liked, not the game mode, but I liked how like the lightsaber action when he was like using the lightsaber going in people.
Yeah.
Had like left a
They always do
residual
a pretty
mark.
good job.
Yes.
I was like, oh.
And he cut people and they were like opened up
Yes,
a little
I
bit.
love that, dude. I was like, dude, this is badass.
They always do a pretty good job with the Star Wars.
Yeah,
games.
it's...
But the game modes haven't been that great. The visuals have been awesome, but I think they learned from their mistakes. They need to do a storyline because people want it. You can always do the online shit and add a storyline in there.
Yeah.
Because certain franchises, you need a storyline. You need a game mode. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just that's what people build up to, and I feel like that's one of them. Like Metal Gear, you know what I mean? All them James. If they ever did a new James Bond, you would still need a storyline. You can just fucking
Oh, like GoldenEye?
GoldenEye type deal.
GoldenEye was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else am I thinking?
But everybody's all Fortnited out and doing all that
That
shit.
fucking game blows.
Dude,
Yeah.
that game is crushing still.
Yeah, but it fucking sucks.
It's
It really
it's built for the teenager.
It's fucking lame, dude. Like
It's built for short attention spans.
yeah,
is what it's built for.
exactly. Like, hey man, let's build a fort. Like,
This
okay,
kid-
I can shoot this guy for a little bit. Let's build a fort. Here, let me dress up in a skin. Oh, I can do a dance over top of this guy. Like, fuck that.
Dude, you know most of Noah's him and most of his friends all play female characters, and like I know it's you're. When I was a little boy, you never really wanted to play the female character. You always wanted
Now
to
it's
play
cool
the,
to play
Yeah.
a female character.
Yes, now it's cool. Not only that, and
It's
I
also
asked
cool
him-
to spend $500 on skins
That's
too.
not cool
So
at all. I hate that. No, but what they did was, I asked him. I said, I noticed you play a lot of the female characters. Is there an advantage to it? And he said, yeah, it's a smaller hit zone because the silhouette's smaller. So it's harder to hit them than if you were a big, brawny
well,
male
because back
character.
in the day when we played video games, it was probably like it didn't matter what size you were, you had the same hit zone because
Yeah.
you probably didn't.
Yeah, it wasn't as sophisticated.
Yeah, exactly. So,
yeah, it's good stuff.
but you know, about back to Fortnite though. I mean, I was watching the news like a couple weeks ago, and I wanted to bring this up, and I think I forgot. This one kid started YouTubing himself playing Fortnite. He's in like middle school, like Noah and them, and he got one luck. He got like a good shot on like one of those big wig fucking Fortnite
Yeah.
guys. Now the kid, everybody watches him, makes $200,000 a year.
No shit.
I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah,
I'm sitting there
that's
busting
hardcore,
my
man.
ass at a real fucking job, and this kid's playing a video game. All of a sudden,
between that and opening toys for a living.
oh, that kid, he's like a millionaire or something like
Well, it
that.
started out with that lady. That
Yeah.
lady's the one who started it.
Yeah,
Kids watch it. My daughter watches that shit.
my boys used to watch this kid Evan 2.0.
with his dad.
Yeah, and
The dad was like overly fucking like compensating.
dude, no, this kid was on his own, but you could tell his
Oh.
dad produced the hell
No,
out of
there
it.
was one. It was like a kid and his dad was like over the top, like
That's kinda icky.
Relax, yeah. It was.
Well,
kinda,
some of these people were fucked up, man. There was a woman, I forget, got in trouble because she was trying to videotape certain kids doing things, but then she like got in trouble because it was like abuse because she was trying to force them to do certain things.
Oh yeah, man! Like entertainment industry cracked down on that hard years
Yeah.
ago, and now that there's laws in place to keep you from exploiting your children that way, rightfully so, right?
Yeah, seriously.
Well, that's why we got to get our fucking YouTube thing going.
Yeah,
You just gotta find like a niche.
yes,
dude.
we do. We're so late, dude.
Like
Wait,
Bad
so-
Dad. Bad Dad's.
Yeah,
He's
I see
awesome.
him on morning television.
Yeah, he's hilarious. That fucking
Yeah.
guy.
I love this. My
Jen, I see you're doing squats.
Yeah.
That's what he calls his wife. You ever
Who's
heard of
this?
Bad Dad?
No.
Bad Dad's awesome.
Dude, it's this guy. All he did was put on his kid's rubber bat mask. You know, just a simple one. It covers the front of his face. And he shoots from this perspective, and he does the Christian Bale voice.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like his wife will have her yoga pants on because she just got done working out, and she'll be like washing dishes or something. And
talking
he'll
about her ass.
show her and be like looking at her ass. He'll be like, John, and he like scares her, and she turns around. She's like, she gives him that look like you're an asshole, and he goes, I see you've been doing your Watts.
That's good, dude.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Is that YouTube?
Yeah,
I
YouTube.
think so. He fucks with his kids. And then I told you.
He does fuck with his kids.
I told you last week I got obsessed with that Barstool Pizza review.
Yeah, that's
Barstool
good.
Pizza review.
Dude, it's the shit.
It's another YouTube. See, I don't go on YouTube that much.
It's on Instagram. It's like just quick little like bits. He does he goes around and he does like little like pizza reviews, and he's from like Boston area, I'm gonna guess. But the dude's making so much bank, he's got houses in New York.
All
Boston.
from this little thing?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. And he just does like this, like a quick little I'll show it to you after the thing.
Yeah, I want to.
But he's
see
funny, like you know what I mean. Like
you got to have a little. Yeah, funny. I'm sure.
And it's
The thing is that he's honest.
yeah, dude. Yeah, a manager will be standing over top of him. He's like, I'll be like, dude, straight up, just because you're standing over there, I'm not going to give you just a good review just because you're standing there.
Yeah.
I'll be like, and I'll bite it and be like, yep, it sucks, dude. He's like, it's trash. Your pizza's trash. Like, rethink what you're doing.
Yeah, and that's the thing that people want to see, man, because that's the whole thing about good, honest. We talked about this ages ago. Who's in whose back pocket when they do that review, and
it's all reviews, critics, and all that stuff. We just feel like
I wish I was in somebody's back pocket. Lining my. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right? You ain't kidding.
Like, come on, man.
Somebody pay for my services, buddy. That's what we need. We need to start getting some more clicks so we can get people to fucking pay for us.
They said that Metallica get interviewed one time, and they asked the drummer, I think it was the drummer, he said, no, it wasn't drummer because that's Lars Ulrich, but I think it might have been the rhythm guitarist. And they asked them after they all cut their hair, they said, man, you guys sold out. And he's like, yeah, we sold out. We sell out every seat in the house. Like that.
Damn right. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's like, good suck it.
All right, let's get started because we just
I know.
had like 20 minutes of conversation.
We just wasted half the show on preamble. All right, you guys ready?
I'm ready, dude. It's the first time in a while we're all here.
I know, it's a good thing.
It's been a month. Has it been a month?
We've been staggered, for sure. All right, let's get into it.
You're Old Faithful, though. You're always here.
Well, I can't leave.
I'd be surprised if there's ever an episode where you're not on.
I know, right? I'll be traveling.
Me and Jamie don't know how to work that fucking thing. So.
Okay, I'll teach Jack. He'll be your sound guy.
Yeah, right? Jack, start us off, dude.
What happened to Tickner? I thought he was going to be our monkey boy.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right, let's do it. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Nick, John, and Jamie Show. I'm John.
I'm Nick.
I'm Jamie.
We're all together, boys.
No.
Love it.
Back in the saddle.
Love it. We said it last week and in a couple of weeks when we were kind of mismatching each other because, one thing or another comes. Life gets in the way. Life has its way with us, and it's great when it's me and you, Jamie, or me and you, Nick. But it's even better when it's all three of us together for sure. Sorry, I had a little moment.
Getting all teary-eyed over that?
I got a little choked up. So let's start off with what? With the box office. So I want to just make a quick mention. I saw Dark Phoenix this weekend.
Boo.
Yes.
Really? You actually went and saw
I took
that
a bullet for you bastards.
Somebody had to. It wasn't going to be me.
Breen wants to go see it. She's like,
dude, it's getting
Did
on.
you tell her that it's nothing to do with the
yeah,
FDU?
but then she looked at me in disgust, and I was like, all right, I'll go see it.
Come on. Like, that was going to twist your...
Go ahead.
Yeah, she had to twist your fucking arm to go see that.
No, because I do want to go see it, but like I'm going to be sitting through it. I'm like, this motherfucking shit. Like,
But dude, she's come a long way, man.
yeah, no, I'm not talking about like in her.
She's talking about the movie itself.
I'm talking about the movie, and
Okay.
I'm like, how can you do this to like?
You know what's...
We'll get
Like,
into it for sure.
like the point is like they made Thor interesting, and you made Dark Phoenix not interesting. How do you do that?
They made Captain America fucking interesting. He's a Boy Scout.
But like you knew who Captain America was. Like how many people really know who Thor was?
No,
like,
I didn't give a fuck
Like
about
nobody gave a fuck. The dude walked
No,
around.
you're
He
right.
looked like a Viking. He had a fucking hammer. Who gave a fuck?
What about
shit?
Hawkeye? Hawkeye was...
Yeah, who the dude? Not many people know who Hawkeye was.
And he stole the show in
Falcon.
game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Falcon Squad.
Over and over again.
Yeah, but the one thing I will say about Fox, the one thing they do right is they pick the good, right? They pick the good characters, the right people for the characters.
Yes,
They just have bad storylines.
Fact. No, you're right. That's a total.
Michael Fassbender, fantastic.
I think all of them, even the old cast to the new cast, Great.
Yeah.
All superstars. For sure. And so my point really is like they have all that ammo, all that artillery, and they came in second place in the box office.
It's like walking into a fucking whorehouse.
First time an X-Men
it's like
movie.
walking into a whorehouse with a 12-inch cock and not being able to get it up. That's what that's like.
That's a good analogy, dude.
I swear to God.
I would have went the pussy route. You went the cock route, but hey, whatever you're into,
He
man.
went both. He went to a whorehouse.
Yeah.
No, but Secret Life of Pets took the box office with
Yeah, but
46 million.
yeah.
That's a given. You're going to put that movie out. It's already got a built-in
But
audience.
seriously, though, if that was against the MCU movie, no.
It would have did what it did.
It would have did what it did, but the MCU would have sucked up every other little thing.
Yeah, they would have did $200 million. And these guys would have did 46.
I hear people still going to that. People were telling me at work, like, hey, man, I just went and saw it this weekend.
Endgame?
Yeah.
I know. I want to go see it again, dude.
So Endgame's
It's fizzing.
it's fizzing.
I know.
I'm disappointed, dude.
But it will get a bump with Spider-Man. I'm telling you.
That's in 3 weeks.
Yes, it will get a bump.
Yeah.
I think it will surpass because look at how long that fucking Avatar was out for.
That's true. It was just in for 4.5 months. But they did. It's at $2.73 million.
I know.
It's got about $80 million to go. Damn, come on, man.
John, keep going.
I am. I got to keep going. I'm gonna bankroll. I'm gonna forfeit my kids' college fund. The $30 that I have in it. But The Secret Life of Pets, it did number one at the box office. It had an $80 million budget first week out. It was, like I said, it was going to get the kids going. It's an animated film.
The first one was, my daughter loved it.
It's
I watched
fun.
it. It's a fun little movie.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
That's good.
That's
cool.
Everybody talks about that. You know, what are your dogs doing? I got a pet cam upstairs to see what my dogs are doing.
Rather my kids watch that than some other fucking shit.
Yeah, that's something you can actually go with them to,
Yes.
and not want to poke your eyes out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
He's lining up for Frozen 2 over there.
I know, dude. I'm actually dreading that.
I'm actually looking forward to it. Sorry. My daughter loves Frozen.
If they came out like a Moana 2, I'm all for it.
They're doing a live action Moana, you know?
Oh, I'm down.
Nah, I'm kidding. What about
Frozen 2,
This is
though.
off topic.
no,
But,
we're talking box office. Go ahead.
Ghostbusters, the remake, I heard it's like really, not remake, but they might make another one with the original cast.
Oh yeah, they're
It's
doing
like-
it, dude.
I just thought that was rumors.
No,
really
it's
actually
done. It's
happening?
happening. They're getting the original cast
Except for-
including a Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, but they're not going to have, obviously, what's his face?
Ivan Reitman. Yeah, he passed.
Who are they going to get to play his
Not
part?
Ivan
They're just gonna-
Reitman.
I guess they're just
Harold
gonna,
Ramis.
I'm sorry, Harold Ramis. Thank you.
I guess they're just going to are they going to get,
Jason Reitman's the one that's doing
Yeah,
the
they're
directing.
going to get the black guy too? The hell?
Yeah. Shit. We're such racists.
Egon?
He's funny as fuck, too.
You just,
Dude, and you
just
guys-
caught me off guard.
You guys bag on Ghostbusters 2, but like when that fucking ghost train like drives over him and he's fucking like sitting there freaking
No.
out.
I'm not saying
That shit was funny, man.
I'm not saying there's not shit that's in it that's not decent, but the overall movie as a whole.
And in the first one, when he goes, if there's a paycheck in it, I'll believe anything. Dude, best line in the movie, dude.
well, first one,
I see shit to turn your ass white or what he said. No, but
I'm about a big Twinkie.
that's the talk. Ghostbusters 3, and I think I also heard that Jason Reitman dug up some old footage of some never before seen from the original.
Oh, it's going to be awesome.
Like Belushi shit.
Oh, that would have been something.
Well,
Wouldn't
she
it?
wasn't
I don't
in the
know. I
original.
just saw
He
the
was trying-
teaser.
Yeah, I don't know if they actually shot some, but he was that Peter Venkman was written for him.
Oh, really?
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
See, you know what? I can't see Belushi as Venkman.
Dude, Belushi would have been good. I'm not saying it.
But he did play it straight in that movie Neighbors back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
I never saw that.
It was kind of a dark but really kind of fun comedy. Kind of ahead of its time too. But good. I could have seen him pull it
Interesting.
off. It's just Bill Murray's so
Fuck
fixed
yeah,
into my psyche that
I'm just saying it would be
nobody
like
can
a
really
different
play him.
take, which would be cool if they did have that.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. That was the clickbait that I saw. Unfortunately, I didn't click the bait. But Dark Phoenix came in second with a really embarrassing 32 million weekend gross.
Actually, didn't it do like 140
globally?
Yeah,
That was domestic. It did 100 and
So what? what was the budget? I was
136.
I was trying to look up the budget earlier and I couldn't find it.
I did not see the budget. I didn't see the budget.
The budget
either.
has to be skyrocketed because they delayed it. They rewrote it. So supposedly they rewrote the ending because the first ending was a lot like Captain America: Civil War.
Really?
I just read an article that I didn't get.
They run out of money like the one X-Men with the.
No, that's the thing. They didn't run out of money. They kept pouring
dumping
money into it.
Cause you know why? Because Fox knew they were just going to make a ton of money from the merger, so they didn't care and they just wanted to get it done.
That's a good point. I heard they're going to eat about $100 million on this.
Are they?
Eat $100
But are
million.
they? I mean, after globally, if it does well outside the United States,
But if it was all the rewrite after rewrite after rewrite, that all adds up.
yeah,
So,
yeah, maybe.
I don't know. That was
Wolverine's not in it, I heard either,
no,
which
no.
is kind of shitty.
So we'll get into it. I'll give you my 2 cents on the movie since I was the one that sucked it up and went to that shit show. Aladdin came in third with 24 million.
Which is better, Aladdin, since you've seen both, or Phoenix?
It's gotta be.
I like Phoenix better.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah. The
I
only-
wouldn't even
I love
thought
the
about it.
characters. And to the point you guys just made, it's like watching the characters that you know and love on screen in live action is really worth the price of admission, and seeing the performances from each one of these amazing actors.
They're all great actors.
I mean, killer cast.
Even the kid that plays Beast is a good actor.
Yeah, Timothy Holt or something like that.
Yeah.
He's talented as hell. He's Tolkien. Godzilla,
Exactly.
Godzilla, King of Monsters, did $15 million
I heard
in the
that
box
got
office.
bad reviews.
It's one of those. You kind of know that
Surprise.
it's gonna blow its load in the first weekend, and that's gonna
What
be.
was the other
majority.
one? Skull Island was fucking really good, though.
I like Skull Island.
Skull Island
Yeah,
was
with King
fucking
Ka-
really
yeah,
good.
that was
Yeah.
bad.
That was really good. I
Samuel.
watched. Said had a bunch of acts. Samuel, the guy that played Loki. Brie
Brie
Larson was in it. I'm not a fan of her, but I actually liked her in that movie.
Was that must have been a Disney flick then?
I have no idea what it was, but it was really good.
Yeah.
I'm not into the big ape monsters, Godzilla. I'm not into
Yeah.
any of that shit, King Kong. But I like that one.
It was better than the one
The Jack Black one?
Peter Jackson did with Jack Black.
That
Yeah.
one wasn't bad though. It wasn't
Yeah.
like bad.
That was just a pound for pound remake of the original.
Yeah, and it wasn't like I could sit through it. But that,
Yeah, I didn't
but that,
hate it.
That King of Monsters bullshit. I was like, man, I can't sit through that.
Speaking of Peter Jackson, he's really done nothing outside Lord of the Rings that I've been impressed by. That
Yeah.
Immortal Engines, I had no desire to see it. I heard it crashed and
It's
burned.
terrible. I didn't finish it.
Yeah.
I didn't finish it. I mean, it had all the makings. It's like dystopian future, giant special effects.
But just cities moving just made no sense to me.
Well, maybe he'll go to porn.
You're absolutely right.
Never know.
Yeah,
What's the
maybe.
porn name for that?
Oh, dude, that's so easy.
So Rocket Man, I am looking forward to seeing this.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I'd
What's
like to
that?
see
Oh, is that the I know what
Elton
you're
John.
Yeah, that's the
I
Elton
like
John
I
movie.
like the guy. He played in what the hell is that? Kingsman.
Yeah,
I like
And
Elton John, dude.
Elton John's
Why?
great.
Who doesn't fucking like Elton John? But I'm just saying the actor.
Yeah, I'm just
And we talked about this a little bit. I wanted to get your perspective on it. They're thinking about Taron Egerton, who plays Elton John. He also, same lead actor. Some people in the rumor mill amongst the internet, they were saying that he might be a good young Wolverine. I could see the
Who did
look.
they say that was going to be a good next Wolverine? And there was like two actors. One is Harry Potter, which is a
Yeah.
joke, but there was another one that I was like actually intrigued by. Fuck,
Well,
I cannot remember it.
That was number 5 in the box office. That kind of puts a pin in, not even puts a pin in it. That puts us past the box office. Going back to Dark Phoenix, since I saw it this weekend, took the family, me, Cindy, the boys. We actually bought a couple of Nick and sorry, now I can't remember my kids' names anymore. Noah and Jack's. I combined Noah and Jack. Took a couple of their friends. The movie was okay, and I said this to a buddy of mine that was texting me about it because he saw Cindy's post on Facebook that it was a solid C. And
Is that a John C or is that a
yeah, right.
Yeah,
My credibility isn't real stellar.
I don't know.
I went from a
Star Wars
7 out of 10.
Yeah.
No, but it's solid C for the reasons that I was talking about.
Yeah.
Love the characters, love the actors and their performances. Just a really boring story. Really boring story. And if I had to take myself out of the headspace of going to the comic book. going to the 90s cartoon, going to this history that I know and love.
Or some little inkling of it.
Yeah, and it really wasn't reminiscent of any of it.
Really? None of it?
None. None. I mean, they start out as spoilers. Are you guys cool?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Because I know it's going to change in about 10 years and it'll be better.
Yeah, and that's another that's another thing. Marvel's, I don't know if they're burying the lead on this one, but they're not hopping right into the saddle with the X-Men franchise.
Yeah,
they're
but they're going to do something because you don't spend $70 billion on movie rights and not fucking do something with the movies.
No, they're cooking up something.
Yeah. They're just, well, you got to give it time to simmer down.
Yeah.
From this shit.
And listen, they know that X-Men, is pretty much king when it comes to comic books.
Dude.
It was. Right now, Avengers is king. And let's be real. You got to be with the times.
That's fine, but I'm just saying.
You're talking about comic book sales.
In general, X-Men was the shit. And to let it go to shit, it's not good, dude. I think they can open it up.
There's a reason why X-Men were, especially in the 90s and early 2000s, why X-Men had 12 books. It was X Factor, X Force, X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, Astonishing X-Men. It was because the comic book industry wasn't making the bank.
No, it made Superman do some stupid shit.
Yeah, they need to hustle in order to make some money.
Kill off Superman, bring him back.
Yeah,
because X-Men was fucking killing it, dude.
Yeah,
killing it.
It's legit, and that's why if any of the fanboys, us included, you bring up Dark Phoenix and you're like, give me Dark Phoenix, and they just didn't do that.
No,
not even a little bit.
First of all, the way it was done in the cartoon, the Dark Phoenix came after the fact of when they started going out in space.
Yeah,
far out in space. I'm not talking about in the atmosphere, this movie's portraying.
Well, that was the thing. So they open up the movie, and I'm not even spoiling this because they give it away in the trailer. Is NASA's in trouble with the launch of their space shuttle? The space shuttle encounters what they're calling a solar flare, and it looks like a giant amorphous, amorphous. It's like a bullshit reason, and this weird entity. And now I know the Phoenix Force is this thing, and even in the beginning, so the whole crew goes up, and by the way, now they're liked by the public. They've gotten over the hump because they've done so much good,
and they saved the day from apocalypse,
all that stuff, and so now they're not stigmatized, right? And so Xavier has an ego, and he's wants to make sure he perpetuates this acceptance, and he worries that any mistake could leave them teetering on the edge of them being condemned as a species. And so they fly up into space, just like you said, not in a deep space, but into right outside the atmosphere. They in a newly outfitted craft, and they go up and they do this rescue. It's mostly Kurt and Quicksilver basically bamfing over to the space shuttle and pulling all the crew out. Jean Grey is the only one that can hold the ship together, so she gets sent over there. The ship has all kinds of holes in it and everything like that, but it's some of them are affected by the lack of oxygen and lack of atmosphere,
and other ones aren't.
And other ones aren't. Jean Grey's
makes no sense.
It's that's logic hole. There's some logic holes there. And then finally, when Jean's left there, this entity consumes the shuttlecraft or the space shuttle, and she absorbs it all. And then that enhances her powers to be the Dark Phoenix. But there's no steps towards it. There's no teetering back and forth. All she is this stick of dynamite can explode at any moment.
Right.
There's nothing earned. That my favorite part of the movie in the beginning, because so she comes down, they're celebrating at the mansion, and she hears these voices that are chattering around in her head, and she's quiet, and she sends out this burst that lays everybody on their back, and she goes down. So then she's getting examined. Beast starts examining her. Raven / Mystique is basically saying to Charles, oh my God, you know what, you've done this to her, you know, it's your fault for all this bullshit. And there's some type of love connection with Beast and Raven. I don't know where it came from. It's not written anywhere. It looks like it feels
Raven,
Mystique.
Well, no, that was in the first class.
Oh, really? They had a connection?
They dated.
Oh, see, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so this is my favorite part. Jean Grey finds out that the professor was lying to her, that her mother and father were both killed. It turns out her father survived the car crash that you see in the trailer. Mm-hmm. And so she goes to find him. She finds him, finds out that her father didn't want her, and she loses her shit. So all the X-Men now show up, and she's on teetering. She's all frazzled. She's all distressed. And she basically wants to be left alone. She launches a couple of police cars as they come around because there's a big ruckus. And then Mystique comes up to her and she's like, we can help you. And she loses her shit, sends Mystique, Jennifer Lawrence's character, flying, and she gets impaled on a bunch of broken boards. And I'm like, finally, you killed that fucking bitch, because she sucks as a character in here. And that was my favorite part of the whole movie.
She dies, yeah.
Yeah, like, get rid of her.
Yeah.
I'm joking, but actually my real favorite part is the scene where and you'll see it in the trailers, where they're actually have this big badass fight with these aliens that are looking to get that Phoenix Force for themselves on this train. No rhyme or reason for the aliens. Like, there's barely any history.
They don't even discuss where the aliens came from and why.
They observed her getting absorbed by the Phoenix Force. They're an ultra evolved species, and somehow there's some connection with this. That we'll call it the Phoenix Force, but it's something else. I've never even heard of the characters. I'm sure there are probably some remote characters that were in some storyline in the Marvel Universe, but who the fuck knows, because this story was just so flat. And the thing that's really sucks is that this first-time director, he's a writer and a director, so he had it all in his own
He ain't gonna be writing
hands. Yeah, he might have.
Not to mention, he had good source material.
Yes, everything.
Source material's easy to get.
I don't know how Fox keeps fucking these things up, man, because it's shit.
It's not like they're dealing with a Thor. They're not dealing with a Falcon. They're not, you know what I mean? They're dealing with interesting, already set up storylines already there for you. You can do your tweaks and stuff. How can you fuck that up? That's really hard.
Yeah. You got Kobe beef and you burn it and put ketchup on it.
The reason why you fuck it up is what we always talk about. Kevin Feige, right?
Yeah.
Mastermind. But he's a comic book fan.
Yeah.
So he's just not a businessman. He's a comic book fan and a businessman and knows how to make movies. So he put it all together thinking, I'm going to tell a story through the movies, through all the movies, just not one, through all of them. Where these other people that are just businessmen see dollar signs from superhero movies, just plug and play.
Yeah, dude.
And it doesn't work.
That's
not anymore. Maybe 20 years ago when the first Spider-Man came out, fuck yeah, that worked. Plug and play, okay.
Yeah.
People were amazed that Spider-Man was on TV. Now on the movie screen, now we want fucking a story. We want to be enriched by these characters, just not Spider-Man.
Totally, man. And you know, it's like you want to have this, to your point, Nick, this long vision and see these all this connective tissue that carries this through line that ties it all together. And all that Fox did or whoever the executives are that chose this last iteration, they chose them by what the movie title would be, meaning X-Men First Class. That's where it all began, man. They're going to do it in the 70s and 60s and everything.
They're going to reboot it. It's fine.
You're like, and people go, First Class, that's awesome. That's going to be the origin story of these guys. I know that. And then they go to the next one. Age of Apocalypse. No, I know that.
Those Days of Future Past, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Days of Future Past.
Which was by far the best one out of the lot.
I agree.
Out of any X-Men movie.
But still, in comparison to the story in the comic book, shit.
Yeah.
Like, and the comic book story is fucking way better by like a landslide.
Yeah.
Agreed. And it's a nice ending because nobody's going to have any type of remorse or nostalgia for this. Marvel, to your point earlier, Nick, they're not going to wait. They're not going to have to wait. People are going to look to put this thing to bed, put it behind them, and just salivate for the thing that's going to come out of the Marvel camp.
Yeah, I think the only thing people are going to be sad about is the fact that they got good cast for both of them.
They spent the actors.
And then you can't use them again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't think they could.
No, they can't. They can't. It just wouldn't be right. It wouldn't look right. But it sucks because, like, I think that those are probably the best actors in both series for those kind of characters. They were. I mean,
I don't even know where you could go. I mean,
and dude, poor Sophie Turner, man. It's like she's not poor. She's not going to be poor ever. But poor,
even if she doesn't make a movie again, she's married fucking a Jonas brother. Jesus
she's
Christ,
fine. She's absolutely fine. But this would have separated her. This would have made her. I mean, hopefully, people are going to understand that she performed her ass off because she did. She brought it, man. She was able to just transcend all these different emotions in like a blip. And
they have an eye for talent, just like storytelling.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's it.
Are you saying though, poor her because of the Game of Thrones ending, and then is that why?
Dude,
it's like a double whammy.
Dude, think about Harrison Ford.
Yeah,
he leaves Star Wars and lands on what?
Yeah,
Indiana Jones.
Yep.
Like, come on. And then it's like, gaboing, gaboing, gaboing. He'll be a movie maker for the rest of his life.
When she signed on for this project, too, she was probably in the 4th season of Game of Thrones. I mean, it's like, at that point, nobody even gave a shit about her. You know, she was the annoying girl in Game of Thrones.
True.
You sign on to whatever comes your way. You either get lucky or you don't. Jennifer, for Hunger Games.
Jennifer Lawrence, yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence got fucking lucky with the Hunger Games. That propelled her to the next step.
Yeah. And they're all phenomenal talents, right? You know, Hunger Games. Jennifer Lawrence
she's awesome, but I mean, they just made her into a character that she shouldn't have been.
Dude, and you know what it felt like when she died? It felt like she was like, get me out of this. You know
she didn't want to do anymore. After Days of Future Past, she wanted that to be her last.
Dude, it stunk like that with the way that she died in the beginning. It was like, listen, man, I'll be in your little movie, but not for a long time. You know, like they said,
and you're still going to write me a $2 million fucking check.
Yeah, it's like you get 20 hours with me, and that's it.
Yeah,
figure it out.
Yeah. Probably what happened.
Yeah.
Probably what happened for all those fuckers because they all knew when they signed on for this, they're like, your days are numbers, buddy.
It's a train wreck.
And that's probably why you also got what you got. They're like, all probably had stipulations. We'll act. We'll do what you're saying, but we're not fucking doing anything else.
Yeah. And again, the performances for the actors, they all were.
That's what held them together.
Yeah.
I mean, Logan. All right, I'll take that back. Logan was probably the best of the bunch from this.
I agree.
God, that was so good.
Yeah, I forgot about Logan.
I even liked the other one too, the one where he goes to Japan.
I liked
really
it,
good.
but not as good as Logan.
No,
it's not as good as Logan. But
Logan, Days of Future Past, and maybe the first X-Men.
I think that other Wolverine was fucking pretty good.
Yeah, that was solid, dude. They took some pages out of the Frank Miller's Logan or Wolverine.
It was pretty dark.
Frank Miller's Wolverine, man. If you haven't read that series, revisit that comic book. That comic book's legit, man. That scene where he's got all the arrows in him and everything, that's straight up from Frank Miller's Wolverine.
That was awesome.
It makes you wonder where the MCU is going to go. How they're going to approach it. I personally believe they're not just going to dive right into the X-Men. I think they're going to try like a little bit what they did with the Avengers, but they're going to work with some of the B characters. And
they got to lead.
Yeah,
they got to lead you along. Yeah, it's the only way to get you back into it. They got to dangle that carrot in front of your face.
Right.
Yeah.
Have a B character. Do a Gambit movie, or maybe just do.
There's a ton, dude.
I'm just saying you don't want to go right to Professor X or Wolverine or Jean Grey.
Oh, you're talking about an X-Men world.
In an X-Men world, lead your way back into it so it gets the hype going into it. Because everybody knows the major characters. You know, so, I mean, if it was me, I mean, if you're going to do a reboot, don't go straight into it. And they probably won't.
Yeah, well, they can go the like origin as far as like how it went in the comics where they did like the X-Men, the original X-Men, then they get lost on that fucking island.
Savage Land.
And then Xavier creates a new crew.
Oh, I know
then
what
they
you're thinking
find
about,
them,
not Savage Land.
But and then he like creates like the new crew. And then they do find them, and then they battle it out.
What, the X-Men?
and then some of them survive.
Yeah.
You remember that one?
Yeah, well, there's the Extinction Agenda too, where they like wipe out most of the world's.
Then the remainder combine.
There's a ton. There's a treasure trove, dude. There's 50 years of X-Men stories that they can choose from.
But I do believe the multiverse, the extra universes, which they'll explain in the next Spider-Man. I think that's how they'll use the angle of bringing these things along.
I certainly hope so,
because. You look at the world's fucking ending. Where's all these mutant people before?
Yeah.
So I think multiverses might, help it along. Open it up.
Speaking of which, I saw yet another extended trailer for
So did I.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I'm in, man.
I'm in, dude. I got to meet you. You know what? It's just great.
I'm jonesing. I'm jonesing for another Marvel movie is what it is.
I love Spider-Man.
And after that, awesome. What is the next Marvel movie?
Good question.
I think they're like
taking a little breather.
A breather for them. They usually pop 2 or 3 movies out in a year, but I don't think there's one until maybe next March.
Yeah. And how about the DC camp? All's quiet on that side too, right?
Yeah.
I don't know of anything else.
What are we going to do superhero movies, dude? I'm going to be fucking without.
Dude, we
do have Star Wars in there, but we're holding a rest for that one.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not getting my cock hard for that one.
We'll still see it, though.
We'll still see it, but I'm not going to be excited about it.
They had the DC, DC Universe has all their movies coming, or all their TV shows coming out. They had Swamp Thing just get released.
Oh, but it got canceled.
Well, first season.
Yeah. I told you that.
Yeah.
It was just stupid. Who fucking wants to watch a Swamp Thing nowadays? I'm sure the comic book was great 30 years ago.
Yeah. There's an award-winning run with, like I was saying before, with, goddammit, names.
How many swamps are there in the fucking world? Yeah. You can't go anywhere but a swamp. At least fucking Aquaman, there was more water in the world than fucking land.
The green, remember the green? Twist them up and smoke them.
Fuck yeah, dude.
But that got canceled. What 2 shows that I really enjoyed that were on Sci-Fi are getting canceled too. Is Deadly Class.
I didn't watch it.
And this another comic book came from a comic book, an indie comic, I believe, maybe a Dark Horse run. Happy, both. Legit series. I dug them.
I don't even ever heard of Happy.
If you get a chance, check it out. I think we talked about it. You might not have. It might have been one of those episodes where maybe Jamie was here or something. But good shows, really good shows. Check them out.
They're getting canceled now. I have no interest.
I started watching.
Yeah, but I'm one of those people. I'm just like
they're complete seasons.
I don't.
You don't have to. I just spit across the room.
I'm sorry.
Nick said he already saw it, but I started watching The Crown with Brian. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
it is good.
Wait, that's the one. Is that the one with the blonde and she's holding the sword? That's the imagery.
No. This is Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
When she was young. There's which one?
And their third season, they're going to come out with The Crown. It's actually going to be a different actress playing the Queen because it's going to be when she's older.
Okay.
Alan Moore was the Swamp
Thing. Pretty good.
It's really good. The second season is good too.
I dig it, man.
You learn. I think that's where I learned the history. Where are you at?
I'm only on a couple episodes in.
There's a part where you find out certain things about her dad's brother. That what he does in World War II. That's like they're ashamed of the Crown. It's actually I actually researched it. It actually is true.
Oh, shit.
But it's just cool stuff because they really Netflix.
They spent the money on the.
They spent the money on the material to learn. It's kind of like Chernobyl. You know what I mean?
I dug the Winston Churchill stuff.
Yes,
that was cool.
Really good.
Yeah,
so it's really fascinating, that kind of shit, man.
Fuck
you think that's like just a woman show, but no, man. They really get in depth of Prince Philip and yeah,
I like how they have him and he's always been perceived that way, kind of dopey, in the fact of he's just he's got a mindset that's kind of simple.
Yeah, and he's bitchy because he's not the man.
Because he has to
obey her, whatever she says, and he hates it.
It's pretty awesome.
What, he hates being a cat
man. Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, he does.
He dislikes it.
Dude, I don't get that ego trip, man.
Yeah,
that's old school, though. This you're talking about.
Yeah,
how old is he? 98 years old, Jews? He just got in a fucking car accident. I don't even know why he's driving. Yeah, but
question.
yeah, I mean, it's an old mindset. Nowadays, man, if the woman wants to make all the fucking money and I do nothing, I am cool with that.
100%,
Yeah.
1000%.
And you don't even raise the kids because you got people raising your kids for
right.
you. So what does he do? He goes.
That's when you get into
he
nanny
goes
trouble.
fucking golfing or bar hopping with his buddies, dude.
Oh, please.
All you gotta do is pay attention to your wife every little while.
I would
Big
be a
fucking
himbo.
deal.
I would be a himbo in a minute. My job is to look good for my wife and take care of her in every one of those ways.
You know, I'll hire a
kidding me?
personal trainer to
Yeah.
push my legs down to my stomach.
Yeah, right.
What'd you do today? I went to the gym. I did some yoga. I had lunch with such and such. And you're like, oh, well, that's great. I made you dinner, honey. And you're like, oh, thank you. How do you like it? I took that cooking class. And you're like,
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm hiding the bags that I just bought it from a caterer.
I was gonna say telling the chef to leave like 5 minutes before she shows up.
Fuck yeah, dude.
yeah. So that's what you guys are watching.
You need a stick for dessert?
Yeah, remember Bachelor Party?
Yes.
All right, with Tom Hanks
Hey.
years ago. Remember Pete the Meat?
Yeah, Pete the
Pete the
Meat.
Meat. He
haven't
shows
seen it.
up at the bachelor party.
I remember
Or
that.
the
I haven't seen it in a long time.
The bachelorettes are there, and the
That's
bachelorettes-
80s, isn't it?
That's 80s, way
Yeah,
80s.
fuck yeah.
And he puts this guy Pete the Meat puts his junk in a hot dog, and he goes around because the bachelors find out that the bachelorettes are out at a male strip club, and the bachelorette, I think her mom or somebody that is there too, and Pete comes around with a hot dog bun with his wiener in there, and he basically, and then she grabs a hold of the wiener. She's like, I can't get it, and he's getting pulled around. He's like, man, you got a hold of my whack. Anyway, 80s fun. I'm surprised we weren't all screwed up with the 80s movies. Think about the 80s movies that
Dude,
really
a lot of good
like
shit,
it was
dude.
about, but it was
Porky's.
hardcore partying,
Yeah.
man.
Dude, that's all it was.
Porky's.
Porky's, Revenge
Porky's,
of Nerds.
dude.
Yeah.
Porky's is
Dude.
the first one is by far.
You sneak downstairs when your parents are in bed.
Oh yeah,
Just
Fuck, we were
hope
just
that-
talking about Belushi, fucking
Animal House.
Animal House.
yeah, that's a great movie.
Yeah.
I still don't know. I mean, I know it's a movie and they probably really didn't do it, but imagine somebody taking a car apart and then put it fucking back together in a fucking room.
Or a horse.
Jamie's like, I did that.
I'd like to do that.
Remember the horse? They killed the horse.
Good shit, man. 80. There were so many. We
got to do a review.
We have to do an 80s,
Dude,
just a strictly
nerds.
80s.
Yeah.
Dude, Nerds is
Nerds. All four of them were great.
Yeah,
movies.
Nerds was awesome, dude.
There were 4?
Yeah, I think it was 4.
I like the
I believe
first.
you.
I like the 2.
Yeah, 1 and 2 were
Revenge
great.
of the Nerds. Well, Revenge of the Nerds.
And then
was the
3
best.
got weird.
Yeah.
3's where it got like way like.
They were like helping out the young guys. Or
Yeah,
something
I didn't like that.
Oh, they were, well, they couldn't be in college, especially if they were that smart.
John
right?
Cusack was like the fucking man in the 80s.
Oh,
too.
fuck
Yeah, dude. I remember watching
What was the
16
one-
10 years, man.
I want my $2.
Better off dead.
That's got to be one of our slogans. 10 years, man.
10 years.
10 fucking years. Go ahead. What's up?
right.
What we getting at?
Moving on.
We will do an 80s review one weekend.
Absolutely,
I think it's totally,
1000%.
and I think in honor of Jamie's favorite era, I think he should lead off.
Absolutely,
Oh,
dude.
fuck yeah, dude.
Absolutely. I'll just keep pegging you with
I enjoyed
articles.
that movie when they did that thing a couple years ago of like an 80s homage, that Take Me Home Tonight with the dude from that 70s show.
I didn't see it.
It was fucking
What
good.
movie was it?
Yeah?
It's called Take Me Home Tonight, and it had the.
Oh, yeah. Like, that was a fucking good movie.
It was good, dude, and
Yeah.
it was like, it like
He like loved this
made
one
me
girl.
feel like, yeah, it made me feel like I was watching a John Hughes movie.
Yeah, I know it was a really good movie. It was,
It was.
fucking cool.
I haven't even heard of this.
It's "Take Me Home Tonight." The have the song, but
Yeah.
it was,
Take me.
he built up this whole thing about getting this one girl all night long, and
Is that Eddie Money?
Yeah.
you actually got to watch
Fucking,
that.
that's a fucking 80s icon.
You ain't kidding me.
You're in for a fucking.
Huey Lewis in the News too. Come on.
Lover Boy?
Yeah, dude. What the fuck?
Asia.
Oh my god.
All right, moving on. So, do we want to talk about E3? That's going on right
ahead,
now.
yeah.
We'll jump into it a little bit.
Okay.
So what's the?
So-
I didn't see it. So
E3. You know what E3 stands for? I never knew.
electronic something.
Electronics Entertainment Expo.
Okay.
E cubed. All right. Another useless
The
fact.
equivalent of not getting laid.
Well,
right.
it all depends.
Yeah, you're not
Sometimes-
getting-
Nowadays, these guys pay for it, so they can get laid all they want.
I think they have the AVNs around the same time.
What?
So is it in Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Oh,
What's
so
the
they're getting laid.
AVNs?
Adult.
They're getting laid
video,
legally.
Oh fuck!
something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, they're getting laid legally.
They take off. Never mind. So
they pay in Bitcoin, dude.
Yeah.
It's there, I promise.
So
it's not imaginary.
Microsoft, so far I've only seen the things from like Microsoft and Bethesda. I know Ubisoft was today being June 10th. But the things that I did see in some of the videos that, the highlights, basically the highlight reel, they got a Minecraft Dungeons. It's basically a dungeon crawler. If you're not into Minecraft, you're not going to give a shit.
Is Jack up to that?
I think it's on his radar. But the thing is, Jack just got
past that. Yeah,
just got
the VR. I know. I want to check it out,
dude. I put that thing on, and it was the Five Nights at Freddy's. And I know we touched on this in one of the previous episodes, but it was Five Nights at Freddy's, which is like this creepy haunting game, and it's legit spooky. Like it jump scared me a couple times. And so we got Cindy to go up and check it out. Jack was begging her for like 2 days. Ma, you got to check it out. Mom, you got to check it out. She comes out, and it's real dark and creepy. And, dude, they're so detailed to where you can actually see dust falling next to you. Dust's kind of reflective and lights up in the light. And it's got this creepy vibe. Cindy has it on, and she's like, for like 2 seconds, she's claustrophobic. She's like, no, get it off, get it off. And I said, all right, listen, how about Spider-Man? Because you're on building tops.
Oh, so you have the Spider-Man game too?
They hadn't released it yet.
It's a demo? It's like a demo?
Yeah, it's a demo. I'm sure it's going to get released as soon as the movie comes out. But it's more open air. So think about that. Just because the headset has a visual that appears more open air, Cindy felt less claustrophobic. There's nothing changed in her environment.
Yeah.
Nothing. So think how immersive.
Well, it's a mental thing.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. So she's we're so mean to her sometimes. She's playing, and the first is the demo to where it's like you got different types of web shooters. One shoots web grenades, one shoots rapid fire, one shoots a grapple to where you shoot it, it grabs it, and then you pull yourself forward. So she goes through the demo. She's like looking over the edge of the building she's on. She's like, "Oh, this is." And to watch somebody do it, you can see it on the video screen, but to see them do it in the room, looking around, looking over the edge and everything, she's like, "Oh, this is so cool." Oh, man. So she gets to the one point to where the Vulture is a villain, and he comes in, and your AI tells you that there's first, you put the suit on, by the way. You put it on and put your hands up, and your hands are Spider-Man's hands. And the AI...
But you had a huge chubby going through all this.
Dude, it was so fucking cool. So he comes in, and he's flying by the horizon, and he's like firing at you and everything, and he hits this this crane that's on top of the building that you're on. So you shoot a web up, and you zoom up to the top of the crane. Now you're sitting on top of the crane. Now this is Cindy. She's sitting on top of the crane, and she looks down, and she's like, whoa. And she's like, okay, this is too much. I need to take it off. And she took it off. But I was like, how fucking cool is that? That you're so immersed that you're in the comfort of your own home.
I'd have to see it.
And you're like, come out. We'll check it out afterwards, just for like 2 minutes, if the boys aren't in bed. But it's so, like, and then I see what's coming out on E3, and I'm like, they're on this tipping point, right? Because they have Gears 5 coming out.
Yeah, and they're like obsessed up to this point. I know everybody's been obsessed with the console talk.
Yeah, so that's a great point.
What do you mean, the new consoles or getting rid of consoles?
No, they're talking about like these new consoles, but then like that's the argument, is that nobody really gives a fuck about the consoles at this point. So they're like, I don't know what they're grasping at, but they're grasping at something. They're trying to get at least one more console in to what I've been seeing.
I know Xbox is coming out with a new Xbox, and it's supposed to be...
It's a beast.
It's a beast, power-wise.
It's supposedly.
But to Jamie's point, I mean, with everything going streaming, it's really necessary to have a fucking console? Because
it is.
You got Google coming out with their shit. You got
your iPad.
You got Apple coming out with their shit.
We just have an iPad.
Disney probably will come out with something that competitor, if they haven't already launched it.
Well, it is when you need the muscle, like 90 frames per second.
But that's when they team up with the Comcasts of the world to say, let's bring out a cable box that can handle this, that, and the other thing.
Yeah, they got to do something because if not, they're dead.
You know.
Well, they already
Well, that's what's
started.
going to happen. It's going to happen. They're going to team up with the cable companies because cable companies need to start teaming up with streaming services and vice versa. Because if
Agreed.
they don't, cable companies are going to die.
Well, yeah.
Well, they already saw the writing.
That's a great point.
Well, they already saw the writing on the wall because now they said it's going to be fact that the consoles are going to be they're going to, like, you can interchange gameplay online
100%. And Steam
between consoles?
between consoles.
Yeah, they got to go that route. Because
Well,
this
the
is-
writing's on the wall. If you don't,
Sony tried for a long time with the Fortnite shit.
Well, they said a long time ago they thought it was exclusivity that it was going to bring people to their platform.
Wrong.
Meaning that if I'm just going to have Halo, I love Halo. I need to buy an Xbox. You know, I love any of the Sony games, and I need to buy a PlayStation. And
So you're saying it's all going to go down to gaming rights, not not.
it's going down to what controller you like better.
It's going to know what it is. It's going to go down to the gaming companies.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, the gaming companies are
the big console companies are going to either start buying out the gaming companies to take advantage.
Well, the publisher. So if I'm a Bethesda and I'm building a game, I'm going to build it on multiple platforms. I'm going to make sure that it goes on a PC, it goes on an Xbox, it goes on a PlayStation, and maybe even be able to do Switch and streaming. Mm-hmm. If I do all that, my bases are covered. You fuckos have got to sell consoles. Yeah. I don't. I just got to sell games and license them out. So I think you're right, Jamie. The writing's on the wall. They're going to get probably one more
console.
But you're also right too, in my opinion, Nick, is that if the cable companies have to need another revenue stream, they're going to have to open up that pipe to be able to handle non-lagging gaming experiences.
Well, it makes sense because with cable companies is you still need the hardware or some sort of hardware in the house. You need one big box.
You need a way station.
You need one big box. And they got that now. They got gigabyte, boxes and all that. Maybe they're probably going to go to terabyte soon.
Yeah.
You have that there. So why not exploit that? If I was Comcast or, one of those guys, I would be looking into it.
Dude, some of the games that they announced on the VR piece, it is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But you can still tell that they're games, obviously. Mm. But I think once they get to where this computing power is really, really high, they open up the bandwidth on some of the things for streaming, and they can consistently get this high frame rate with these big, meaty graphics. It's going to be holodeck type of shit.
Oh. I don't know if you ever can get to the holodeck type of shit.
Well, you're not going to be able to run around anywhere.
Well, what I mean is holodeck created a can.
Yes.
We're I still think we're a ways away from that.
Yeah.
But maybe what Ready Player One did, that's more like it.
Yeah.
But not walk into a room where it creates physical things you can touch.
And what I meant was
like
really
three Puerto Rican women in a
damn right, dude.
in a hot tub.
But dude, what I meant was basically
like that idea.
the realistic part.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So I'm going to talk about Black Mirror in light of what
Did
we're
you
talking
watch every episode of that?
Yeah.
Dude, how much fucking time do you got? This motherfucker. Don't ever bitch at me about time ever again.
Hey, I never thought just
He goes to the movies every weekend. He's caught up on every fucking show.
I'm with you.
I mean, even some shows I never even heard of. And he's like, oh, yeah, watch this shit. Have you watched Chernobyl yet?
No.
You freaking chicken shit. I know. It's only
I'm so scared, dude.
Dude, communism. What a motherfucker, dude.
Oh, it sucks, man.
Great idea on a piece of paper, but goddamn, does it not work?
What do they call it in the show? They try to send robots in and they can't. The robots keep failing because there's so much radiation.
Yeah.
It fucks up all the rare. So the one guy goes biobots, something like that. And I don't even know. I didn't click in my head. And then the one general's like, "What are you talking about?" And he goes, "People, the biobots.
Yeah,
they're not going to die right away."
Hashtag America, dude.
They needed a bunch of Vulcans.
You know what the sad thing is? You know what the sad thing is? The West probably had a robot that could combat the thing they needed, but they didn't want to release the information how bad it was.
So you're basically just sending bodies in to die.
Well, they had 30 seconds to be in. No, was it 90 seconds? I forget what it was.
Dude,
90 seconds.
90 seconds, because the part of the...
Thank your lucky stars.
There was 3 parts of the roof.
I'd rather take a bullet.
Yeah,
Dude,
fucking right.
people don't
But they didn't-
understand.
But the problem with it is the Soviet Union, the people that ran it, didn't even understand.
Oh shit,
Dude, that's how bad Chernobyl was. I really want to get into this real quick.
Go for it.
There was like the explosion happened, right? First of all, they didn't even know it fucking melted down at first.
Yikes.
Scientists that weren't even at the facility, that were like 300 miles away, figured it out from the dust in the air and stuff.
300 miles away.
Dude, it was ridiculous. People that were at Chernobyl, the people that's supposed to understand what's going on, didn't understand that the fucking thing was melting.
Christ.
Because Chernobyl was all built, this graphite was supposed to not be part of it, but once they found that graphite was on the ground, there was this whole thing where like this one fireman, the night it blew up, he picked up a piece of graphite and he died in 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, I do remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Crazy.
And then the part with the robots, there was 4 months after, they had to get rid of the graphite on the roof, push it back into the core.
Yeah. We did talk about that.
Yeah, we talked about a little bit about it. And then the one roof was fine. They used a robot up there. Then they used a robot up there. But then the third roof, the robot would just die automatically. So much radiation pumping out.
No way.
This graphite, it just died.
Dude, I got an older house, right? We're like piecemealing, redoing kitchens and stuff like that. And we were just talking about putting a new fridge and microwave and all that stuff in here, appliances. And the microwave that's in here is like 25 years old. When I use it, reflexively, I turn my body away from it because of a stupid microwave. I couldn't imagine Chernobyl, dude. 300 miles away, I'd be like...
You were watching. What do you think?
Dude, it's fucking crazy. I'm just telling you, like, the concept I grasped from it. Like, so I didn't finish it because I've been busy.
What episode did you get to?
I don't even know which one I'm on. I think I'm on like 4, I think.
Yeah, there's 5 episodes.
I thought it's 6.
No, there's only 5.
Okay, so I'm almost done. But communism.
Yeah.
Communism, dude.
Yeah,
like,
it was fucked up.
Just straight up, like, that's like the gist of the fucking story. It's like,
That's why I got fucked
great
up.
idea on a piece
God
of
and
paper.
country, man.
Yeah. Great idea on a piece of paper.
Doesn't work.
Factor in the human factor. It is fucked.
And I'll tell you right now, man, that KGB shit was fucking for real,
Oh,
man.
dude.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't fuck with the KGB.
Go away.
They would just kill you.
Dude.
Yeah. Flat out. They would just, and it would be no big deal.
Who's running Russia right now?
Yeah, he's an ex.
He's a villain,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
He's a
fuck
straight up villain.
Oh, yeah, fuck
like I know we said this many moons
Dude,
ago.
you don't
but
ride around on a horse with your shirt off and not be a fucking
like he's somebody
head villain.
Bond takes down.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's evil.
Yeah.
That guy is fucking evil.
Yikes.
He plays hockey. No, but he scores like 8 goals. Well, are you going to fucking touch him?
Yeah, I know.
No, fuck no,
Send a
dude.
zinger by his face.
Yeah, but seriously, and he's right. The Soviet Union was so fucked up, man. These guys were in power, and they're in charge of all of these nuclear power plants, and not one of these fucking guys in power knew anything about nuclear power.
Yikes.
They had to bring in scientists to explain to them how bad this situation was.
Oh my God.
And it's like, dude, you're in charge of 50 million nuclear weapons, all these nuclear power plants.
Nobody's coming.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
it was all over a secret that the KGB hid years ago
Jesus.
about the plant not being... And they killed the one guy
Yeah,
that wrote the fucking article.
Yeah, dude.
That was like against these Chernobyl type plants. And what's fucked up about this now is people in Russia are so outraged about this. They're going to do their own story saying it was the CIA that fucking did it.
Yeah, of course they are.
Bullshit.
But that's what I'm saying. They're like, the KGB was like the Gestapo. They were fucking dead nuts the
You
same.
did not. I don't even. I think
you were-
Khrushchev wouldn't even have fucking crossed.
Yeah, they
No
were.
shit.
They were fucking. They were it, dude. They were it.
And if somebody was higher than you in the pecking order in that government, they could have you killed.
Oh yeah.
Anybody. Like the one guy even said, I can fucking kill you right now.
Even to this day, if you're like, hey man, I'm coming out of the closet, you'd be lucky if you're there the next fucking day.
Yeah. Dude, you know what? I got into it years ago.
America, man.
Dude.
America. That's all I have to say.
So I got into it with a guy when I was doing store sets years ago. A guy I worked with. He's a real cement head. Yeah, I'll take a beer, Nick. please.
Yeah, America.
Dude.
Fuck yeah, take it. He'll take a beer.
So me and this guy, we're in the middle of this Home Depot, and we're doing. I'm not working for Home Depot at the time. I'm doing store sets for a company that's employed by the Home Depot. And so, thank you. And so as I'm setting up this stuff, I get into it with this guy, and we start yelling at one another. F you, I'll kill you, back and
I
forth.
think you said this story before.
I did. But it relates in a way because when I said, I threatened him, I said, you put a hand, he said, I'll knock my teeth out. I said, you put a hand on me, I'll be in your pocket until you're dead. And he goes, not if I kill you. Like that. And he said it and sent it shiver down my spine, man. I was like, he was physically able to. Like, he had me by a good 30, 40 pounds. And I was like, that's real. Like, I couldn't even imagine. That was just a blip. And I'm in America. I could turn around and walk up to the front of the desk and be like, call a cop. Yeah. These guys are like, I could kill you right now. Yeah. Pow. And next thing you know, you're in a ditch.
Yeah, nobody gives a fuck.
No. You're not even memory.
Because if somebody does give a fuck and says something, you're dead too.
Exactly. So, real quick, back to E3. The highlights that I was looking for, obviously, there's another Gears game coming out from Microsoft.
Dude, guns with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Gears 5. There's a new Halo game coming out. Nick, you mentioned Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. That looks badass.
When's that coming out?
That is coming out, I think, in November.
It's going to come out probably a week.
It's a November
month
release.
Before the movie.
I'm jerking my McGurkin to that.
Yeah.
It does look cool, though. I'll give them credit. They really... I don't know about
I'm on it.
But the lightsaber play in that just
yeah.
looks fucking awesome.
Dude, you know what it said?
When he grabbed that one guy and forced him over and then stuck the lightsaber through him, I was like, fucking
that
right,
was
dude.
awesome, dude.
That was totally what I would do.
That's a shank move, like in prison. Like, I'm gonna
right, dude.
Jedi shank. Forrest Whitaker's in it.
Yes, he plays the guy from
Saw
Rogue
Gerrera.
One. Yeah,
from Rogue One.
I like how they incorporate that. See, that's
tying it together.
Exactly. They're starting to fucking learn from Marvel. Dude.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that, and they're like, they spend money where, you know what I mean? Because I'm sure Forrest Whitaker wasn't cheap, but they're like, well worth it, dude.
No, who wasn't cheap?
Did you guys?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say they posted a picture. Kevin Feige posted a picture of a Loki background of, and it looked like it was in the 70s or 60s, cars in the background.
Yeah.
So they're like talking about time travel for the Loki thing too.
For the Loki series, I did see that, and I saw a graphic for would look like a title scene or like a title card.
Oh yeah,
it looked cool. Obviously, it had the Loki helmet.
Did they say the timeline on that?
I didn't see anything for when it was going to be released.
I doubt they'll fucking.
But hey, they're doing it, right?
Yeah,
Maybe that's going to salve. That's going to be the connective tissue that gets.
We're going to have to wait.
Drought.
We're going to have to wait once a week for that shit. Yeah. Although I heard the Discovery's really amping it up. Somebody told me.
Discovery Channel?
No, the Star Trek Discovery, because they do once a week too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when I give a shit about
they
that,
got Picard coming out too.
Yeah. Now I'm going to have to fucking buy that service.
That's what I'm saying. They got to link up.
You know what? I'm just going to come over here an hour early before a podcast and just watch it with your ass.
Come on over.
They got to link up.
Yeah. So the other thing that I was looking forward to, some of the news that came out of E3, Bethesda is coming out with Doom Eternal. And
really?
Yeah, and Wolfenstein, a new version of Wolfenstein.
I never know what that is.
The console thing. So they are going to come out with those. And when's the release date?
No,
I don't know.
2020.
Is it 2020?
I saw a thing, an article. Don't quote me on that, but I thought
that makes sense, Nick. I mean, it's in the timeline. Why would they announce something now and have it come out 3 years from now? Yeah, that makes sense.
If it's any more than 2 years from now,
then PlayStation's probably not far behind. Then
no. PlayStation's right there. I mean,
PlayStation 5. Yeah.
You just wonder what they're going to do with these consoles. Who's going to want to spend $600 on a fucking console now?
Yeah, dude. Especially if everything's going to start coming down.
Especially with VR coming out. I mean, really, it's like fuck, man.
Well, the kids are ruling the roost, and they can play that fucking Fortnite on the iPad.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
So that's the thing that I'm saying.
With better versions of iPad, Windows, whatever version they got the pads. Why the fuck are you going to spend $600 on a fucking console?
Yeah, and the thing about those games, and that's what Minecraft was so genius, because it was a low-res game. There's not a lot of overhead as far as the cost of making it.
Minecraft was the originator.
Well, it was in those. It was the one that was really the most successful out of like an indie game.
Yeah,
I mean the dude that Jack's going to kill me for forgetting the guy's name, the creator, but he sold to Microsoft. He's a billionaire.
Yeah.
and rightfully so. I mean, that game is genius.
Fuck yeah.
The other thing that came out that I was excited about, or just the news, was that George R.R. Martin is teaming up with creating this game from this game maker called Miyazaki. It's called Elden Ring. They don't have a release date for it. It's high fantasy, similar to Dark Souls. And George R.R. Martin was saying that I wanted to play out like Red Dead 2. And a deep story.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I was like, man, that could be badass.
I saw an article saying people are pissed off at him because he's not finishing
the books. I was just going to say.
He's like, they're all like, fucking dude, you're doing all this other shit. Finish the fucking book. Sorry.
No, that was
Might have writer's block.
Yeah, he's got a writer's block. The only thing that's blocking his writing is all that money that's pouring in. And then, but these games, there's a tie into back to what you're watching and what I was watching, which was the Black Mirror stuff. Let me ask you guys a question. You're online. Are there any hot chicks as gaming characters when you were a kid that you were
Lara
like
Croft that I can think of?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking right, dude. Yeah.
Lara Croft's one. Any of the, like some of the Street Fighter, characters.
Sonya.
Sonya. Like you're a kid and you're like, damn, that's pretty hot pixel work.
Yeah, why? What is that? There's a Black Mirror.
So, would you say that your wives are your best friends?
Yeah.
You would? You?
Okay,
Jamie?
yeah.
Yeah, me too.
What are you getting into here?
So, this
kind
Black
of
Mirror.
I'm getting freaked out here. Where you going?
So, this Black Mirror, spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen the last 3 episodes of season 5 of Black Mirror. It has Anthony Mackie starring in it. Anthony Mackie's Falcon from the Marvel movies. He's in it. They show him not single, with his girlfriend. He has a roommate. They all live together in this apartment.
Oh, and he thinks he's playing with his girlfriend. He's playing with the fucking roommate.
No.
Right.
I'm getting there, though. So, again, spoilers. So, he's obviously serious about his girlfriend. They all get along fantastically. But he's more grounded, and his buddy, his best friend's more of a player. He's more of a playboy. He's young at heart type of thing. And they showed this scene where Anthony Mackie's with his girl, and they just got done getting busy, and they're kind of chilling, and Anthony Mackie gets up because he hears his boy playing this like Street Fighter like game in the other room. And he's like, yo, come on, quick game. He's like, nah, man, I can't play. He's like, come on. He's basically saying, come on, you puss, let's go. And he's just, it's what guys do, right? Yeah. And they're playing, and they're talking shit, and they're just having a good time. Fast forward 11 years, Anthony Mackie's flipping burgers in his backyard. He's got the picturesque home life. He's now married to this woman that was his girlfriend. Yeah. Same woman. They have a little boy, and he works an office job. And his buddy, who he doesn't talk to that much because different paths. His buddy's still a player. They're like in their late 30s now. His buddy's dating girls that are in their late 20s. And so
he gets older and they stay the same age.
Dennis
Criterion Edition.
Dennis Quaid.
Yeah. Well, Dennis Quaid and
Matthew McConaughey.
Well, Dennis Quaid in real life dating a 28-year-old girl, 26-year-old.
Is he
girl.
really?
Yeah, man.
Holy shit! Hats off to you.
It's a man's world. It's fucked up.
Yeah, you don't see it going the other way, do you?
Yeah, they were talking about President Steve today. Like, fuck, man.
Yeah, but
and he looks good for his age.
He is in amazing shape. So fast forward 11 years later, and his buddy shows up at his birthday. His wife invites his buddy, and he's like really happy to see him. And they slip into the same old ball busting conversation.
That's what you do.
Yeah, exactly. And he goes, listen, man, yeah, I got you something. Happy birthday. He hands him this little bag, and he pulls out. It's the same game they used to play, the Street Fighter-esque game, only it's like version 10.
Yeah.
It's like the more advanced one.
Okay.
He's like, yeah, man, but this is like, I don't have a gaming system. He goes, it's in the bag. And he goes and pulls it out, and it's the latest and greatest VR.
Yeah.
So he goes and later on that night, he winds up getting hit up because he's playing the game, and the prompt comes up, such and such is online. Hey, man, you want to play? And he's like, sure. And he's
his buddy, right?
It is his buddy. It's legit his buddy. And he's talking to him and everything. He's like, yeah, just put this little dot on the side of your head and it sends the messages into your brain. You don't even work a controller. You just put your head back and the VR happens. So the next thing you know, they pop up and they're the characters that they were, only it's real life. And it's like being in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Right? So if I'm looking at you, Nick, you're the hot chick. All right? And you're looking at me and I'm the Asian guy that was the badass that I used to play.
Yeah.
And he goes to him, he goes, how is he? He goes, man, this is amazing. He goes, how's your bad knee? And he stomps on his knee. He's like, or he stomps his foot down. He's like, I don't feel a thing. He's like, this is great. And they start fighting. And his buddy, just like before, beats the shit out of him. And he's talking smack and he's just beating his ass. And they play a couple more nights and everything like that. And next thing you know, they're playing. And the girl fighter in the game is Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh.
Palm Kometif or something like that.
Yeah.
And she's smoking hot.
Oh, yeah.
So they're playing and everything like that. And next thing you know, he pins him down and the girl character kisses him.
Oh.
He's like, what are you doing, Mo?
It's exactly right. He goes, what the hell are you doing, man? And he backs off and he's like, how do I get out? Or he goes, exit the game. And they both exit. And now they're talking. And he's like, so I guess we went gay for a little bit. And they blow it off. And he's like, he's like, the Anthony Mackie character is totally freaked out.
Yeah, I'd be like, fuck that, dude.
Yeah.
We're done.
Yeah. So the next thing you know, they start playing again.
Why would you play again?
Well, they start playing again, and it turns out because of the way this thing stimulates everything about the experience.
And because they're female and male characters.
Female and male characters, they're best friends. You guys are best friends with your wives. And next thing you know, they build this relationship. Dude, it's Black Mirror.
It's Brokeback in virtual reality.
Exactly,
Dude. Oh,
dude.
my God. I've still never seen that movie, but yeah.
It is Black Mirror to a T. And I'm like, mwah, Black Mirror. You freak you out a little bit. It's got this technology twist to it.
Wasn't Miley Cyrus in this one?
So Miley Cyrus is in the last one. And that's where I think Black Mirror went off the rails and went totally Hollywood.
Oh, because she was in it.
It fucking sucked. It's terrible.
Yeah.
The episode sucks.
Yeah.
It's like she plays a pop star. What a stretch. Plays a pop star. She has an asshole for a manager who's also her aunt, who's built this empire for her. They have these dolls that are the not Miley, whatever her character's name is, the pop star character. She doesn't want to be the pop star anymore. She wants to be edgy. It's like, come on, man.
Oh my God, that's dead on.
Right?
That's just
exactly
like Hannah
what she
Montana.
is.
It's
Jesus.
terrible, man.
Yeah,
the worst.
Speaking of Miley Cyrus, like I heard
She's annoying as fuck in it too.
she's still hot. I
I'd
kind
fuck
No,
of.
her.
she's not.
Are you
dude.
serious?
I dig her.
Ugh.
I'd fuck
Well,
her.
listen. Anyway, I guess her dad came out with a song with that Nasty X or some shit.
Nasty eggs.
I don't know what the fuck, but it's popular and the kids like it, and it's fucking
Her
bad.
dad
Dude.
did? He sings it too?
Yeah, he sings in it. He sings like the hook in it, dude. This song.
It's her song.
No, it's his song with this guy. It's just whoever the other guy is. It's like Nas X or Nasty X or some shit, featuring Billy Ray Cyrus. And let me tell you something. Like, apparently this fucking shit's popular.
Really?
It fucking sucks, dude. And it brings me to a sad state of affairs where I'm just like, man, we're here. We are here. How do we get from like the Beatles, the Stones, to here?
Speaking of the Beatles.
What a stretch.
Dude, it's the same thing with bad movies, man.
It's really bad.
What's the formula?
It's sad.
Speaking of the Beatles, do you see that movie that's coming out with that guy that is like a songwriter or whatever? And then something happens, electricity goes out in the world, or something happens. He gets hit by lightning.
Yeah.
I seen that thing for
And
this.
it's clever. I mean, it's and he's
Does it look good?
I don't think I'd go to the movies to see it, but like everything happened, everything shuts down for the world. He wakes up the next day and he starts singing a song to his friends, and it's one of the Beatles classic hits.
Yeah.
I forget which one it was. Maybe it was Imagine. No, that wasn't a Beatle, but that was Paul McCartney. But anyway,
John Lennon.
Yep. But he was singing one of Beatles' classic hits, and they're like, "Who is that?" that's a great song. No, did you write that? And he's like, no, it's the Beatles. And he's like Googling Beatles, and it's like comes up a Beatle. He's like, what the fuck's going on? So then he becomes like world famous for. I forget.
Yesterday?
Is it yesterday?
2019 fantasy romance.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. It looks clever. You brought up.
What's it on?
Yeah,
it's coming out in the movies.
the movies.
Shit.
I'm not going to go see it or nothing, but if it comes out on like DVD or on demand, I'm like,
Yeah, sometimes those movies surprise you, man. You know, it's like
Crazy Rich Asians, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, great movie.
I actually liked it.
Yeah, great movie. Crazy Stupid Love with Steve Carell.
Same thing.
Fantastic
I didn't
movie.
think it was going to be good at all.
Dude.
I like Steve Carell, never the actor, but I'm like,
We were talking about earlier.
it's complicated.
I revisited.
Yeah.
I revisited The Office, dude, and does not disappoint.
No,
Loved Dwight, dude.
Dwight's
Loved all the
genius.
characters in that show. You know, the Jim character, Dwight, Mike, it's all great.
Yeah, it's a great show, and there's room. So I'm still watching Santa Clarita Diet. What a cleverly written show.
What is it?
Good.
Santa Clarita Diet. It's Timothy Oliphant and Drew
Is it
Barrymore.
elephant or Oliphant?
Actually, I heard him pronounce it. It's like elephant with an O. So Oliphant.
Elephanto.
Elephant.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the show about?
So Drew Barrymore and Timothy Oliphant. I'm fucking.
Who gives a say, Timothy?
Yeah, I'm just fucking with
The YouTubers are going to keep
Oliphant.
going back.
I'm just fucking with
They are realtors in Santa Clarita, or realtors.
Realtors.
And they're basically a happy little couple, and she gets sick and it kills her. She throws up all over this house that she's showing to another couple. I mean,
She dies?
and she dies.
Who?
But they
Drew
don't
Barrymore?
Drew Barrymore, but they don't know she's dead because she's like, they find her in the bathroom, she's just out, and then she's like, oh, I really got sick, that was awful. And she's going throughout her day and everything, and it turns out that she doesn't have a pulse. But the thing is that her being dead, she has to kill people and eat them. That's the twist, right? But
She's a zombie?
she's a zombie. She's an undead. But here's the thing: she's living her best life. More energy. She's got all this positive vibe. She's
never heard it. What
she's
is this on?
It's on
Netflix.
Netflix, yeah.
I've never heard of this.
Check it out, dude. It's a little gross.
I watch fucking Walking
It's
Dead.
got Nathan. Yeah, it's got Nathan Fillion in it.
Does it really?
Yeah,
I love that guy.
He
dude.
plays a great prick.
Firefly, man, great show.
Oh, great show.
Great movie, great show,
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
But we watch it with the kids.
Do you really?
Yeah,
That's
because
funny.
it's so cartoonishly gross that it's like the kids love it.
Oh, really?
They laughed their asses off. I laughed my ass off.
So how long has it been out?
I think they're on like 4 or 5 seasons.
Wow, I've never heard of this.
Yeah, it's good. Really well written. I mean, definitely check it out. Like, there's a part where, she thinks, all right, well, I've killed, somebody so I could eat and everything. And then she's like sitting there. It's like she's sitting in the tub and she thinks that someone that she killed, the remains are in the tub. She's like, goes under her butt and she pulls up. She's like, it's her own toe.
Ew.
So like it's another problem that she has to face that she's actually,
I've never
dying.
heard of this.
It's pretty good, man. I would dig it. I highly recommend it. And it's so weird because you think like wholesome when you have family movie night. This is the opposite of
Well,
wholesome.
not anymore.
Yeah.
It's like Dead to
13
Me.
and 14.
It's like Dead to Me.
Yes.
That's a great show.
Yeah, that is a great show.
Did you watch Dead to Me?
No, I did not.
You should go. You and Bree should watch it. You guys will like it. It's exactly right up your alley because it's only like 9 episodes and they're only like 30 minutes long. But it's Christina Applegate, and I forget the other girl's name.
It's a good show.
It's a good,
really good.
It's like a dark comedy, but it's really well done.
Yeah.
it's really well done. They already greenlit a season 2.
They should. Christina Applegate acts her ass off in that
Oh,
movie.
she's so good in this. The other girl's great too.
Yes.
The other girl's Hawkeye's wife in Endgame.
Yeah. She's got an Italian last name. I can't remember off the top of my head.
It's really good. I watched it with Shannon. We both loved it. It was really good.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
What else you guys watching? Anything?
Well, I told you I'm Designated Survivor, man. I was trying to check out a show that Netflix or one of these because big wigs, big streaming services buy from the other companies, and I'm digging it. It's only 10 episodes. I'm 5 episodes in, and I think it's already. I think it's better writing.
Yeah.
I think they're more to the point, and they know how to get around things. Where, when you're on a regular TV a network show, they have like a lot of filler episodes that are kind of bullshit, and they kind of skip all that. And not to mention, they don't mind using language like. This one scene where Keith Sutherland, the president's on the toilet trying to do a Rubik's Cube, and he's like, "Who the fuck can do this?" And it's like, awesome.
See, that makes me want to watch it more. When it's realistic.
Yes, because it's realistic.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean.
And they don't have like you said, they don't have the confines of a network show.
Exactly. You know what I mean. So I'm enjoying it. I mean, obviously, you probably have to get the summary of the first 2 seasons to really understand certain things, but. I think they're doing a good job.
Wait, what are you watching it on now? What channel?
It's on Netflix.
Netflix. I'll have to tell Cindy because she was way more into it than I was.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. They just came out with last Friday.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's really good.
Anything else, gentlemen? All right. That does it for this week. And thank you, everybody, for joining us for this week's episode of the Nick, John, and Jamie Show. You can find us on all the social medias, and if you're not digging the channel that you're watching us, that you're listening to us on now, we're on Stitcher and Spotify and Google Play. We even do throw up a show on YouTube as well, and check us out. Like our page, we're on Facebook. Like our Twitter feed. Like our what else are we on? We're on all the social medias. Just love us and like us and all that stuff, and really, that's it for this week. So thank you, everybody, and have an awesome week.